All right, in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 steps to get yourself to $10,000 per month, which is roughly about $120,000 a year. So, in order to build that six-figure brand, you're going to need to take 4 steps that are easy yet hard for most people to do. And that's what you just need to do. You're going to need to focus on your personal credit. You're going to need to turn that personal credit into business credit. You're going to have to establish some kind of side hustle. If you're on this channel, you're looking to get out of your job or at least replace your job or at least add additional money to your job in order to get yourself to making 6 figures a year. And then after you start establishing yourself and you do get to that $10,000 per month at least level, you're going to want to start investing. You're going to want to start investing into passive income, into a passive monthly income, and just take yourself to the next level. The focus of this channel and moving forward is to create the group, that community of like-minded people who are looking to better their lives financially and getting more time with their family and all that good stuff that comes with that. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to be showing my journey to getting to a six-figure company. All right. And that all starts with working on these 4 steps. So let's just real dig into it. First step, again, is going to be your personal credit. All right. Your personal credit has got to be on point in order for you to get business credit. Your personal credit meaning into at least the 700 and above. All right. I'm not talking about buying a house. I'm not talking about buying a car right now. I'm talking about being able to qualify for business funding. You see a lot of videos out there talking about business funding. It's pretty trendy right now. And I'm going to tell you right now that you're going to need at least a 680 to a 700 to at least qualify at the local banks or credit unions or wherever it is you're going to be getting your funding from. All right, so getting your personal credit to the 700 and above FICO credit score to qualify for business credit and funding. All right, the first thing you're going to need to do is go get your credit reports. All right, you don't know how you're going to get to where you want to be if you don't know where you're at right now, right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to annualcreditreport.com. Now, annualcreditreport.com gives you copies of all 3 of your credit reports, your TransUnion, your Experian, your Equifax. Get those copies of your credit report. That way you can look at it and really go through it and kind of see where you have to go, because you don't know if it's going to be easy to dispute errors and things like that. You're going to be looking for outdated information. Now, again, annualcreditreport.com used to give you a free yearly check for your credit reports. All right, that's why it's annualcreditreport.com. They did it once a year. Now, after COVID, you can get copies of all 3 of these credit reports every week for free. So from Saturday to Sunday, you can get 1 copy of your credit reports. All right, that's huge. Take advantage. Every week you can get that for free. Now, if you're really on your point and you're making strides to dispute things or get outdated information removed, you're going to be wanting to look at it at least every 2 weeks or so. Again, it's all about checking for errors, things that you don't really owe, or your names. You only want to have 1 name on your credit report. You want to have your completely spelled correctly name, your address, your current address, and maybe your current job. All right, all that stuff that's on there, you need to get removed and disputed and all that kind of stuff. And as I'll do another video on how I'm really doing that with mine, and we'll break it down and we'll take it to another level. Again, this video is just about laying out the steps. I'll do other videos on exactly how to complete those steps. Again, we're working on a foundation here. This video is a foundation. All right. Again, personal credit moves into business credit. Once you get to that 700 and above score, you can start to apply for business credit and business funding. Business credit and business funding just means you're going to be going to start applying for credit cards, through your banks or through your credit unions, wherever you're using, and then using those credit cards specifically for your business, whatever business idea you have in your mind. All right. Now, the point of this is, even though you're working and rebuilding your personal credit, you don't have to wait for that 700 credit score in order to start the process of getting your business credit going. All right. And that means getting your LLC set up correctly in order to attain funding. All right. There's certain things you're going to need on there. You're going to need a business phone number, a virtual phone number. And now these things, and I'm giving you guys a no BS, no hype approach to getting business funding. All right. You're going to need a toll-free number, or I would suggest a toll-free number. I would suggest a toll-free number, an 800 number, an 888 number that you can attach to your business. And what you're going to do is you're going to use that on your website. All right. Because to the outside world, you have to present a well put together business. All right. It doesn't have to be a business bringing in $1 million a month. You just have to have certain steps in place. All right. And part of that is getting a toll-free number. And again, I'll do another video of exactly how I'm doing this in order for you to copy along as cheaply and as efficiently as possible. You're going to need a virtual address. That goes on your website, and you're going to want to register that with Google. So when Google pulls up your business, you actually look like you have a business. You're going to get an EIN number. An EIN number is something you get from the government. It's like your business's social security number. All right, you're going to have to pick an NAICS code. An NAICS code is a code that the banks look at to determine what kind of business you're in. It determines what kind of risk you're at, high risk, whether they want a loan to you or not, whether they want to start giving you credit. And there are certain businesses that you're going to want to stay away from, because they're considered risky, credit repair. And I'm talking about the codes, not directly to a business. You can have a credit repair company. You just have to have it under like some kind of consulting code or a management code or whatever. But anything that has to do with like financials, they kind of look at risky codes, things like that. So you're going to want to, and you can go to ChatGPT and look up. I did a whole thing when I did mine. And again, I'll do another video breaking down exactly how to set up your business correctly in order to get funding. And then you're going to get your business bank account. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people say business bank accounts, that's where you're going to give them that virtual address. Do not give the banks your virtual address. Give them your home address. All right. There's no reason to hide from the banks on who you are or where you are. That information is not public. That's just for the bank. It'll save you a lot of trouble down the line. Not a trouble, but a lot of headache. Save yourself a lot of headache. I saw a buddy of mine use a virtual address at Chase, and they ended up flagging him and holding money until he could prove it and blah, 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 blah. Just use your home address for your bank. All right. It'll save you a lot of headache down the line. Now, before you do any of that, when it comes to business credit, you're going to want to look for your name. All right. Choose a name on your state treasury website that's available. All right. Now do that at the same time. You're going to be looking for domains. All right. Because you're just going to have to be putting a one-page website together. And again, if you're in my private group, I'll show you how to put that together as well. It's just one-page website that kind of lays out a broad overview of what your business is. You're going to need your domain. You get that from Namecheap.com for like $10 a year. And then you're doing it at the same time, you're looking for a name on your state treasury department. So that name is available in your state. All right. Very easy process. Don't make it overcomplicated. It's not that big a deal. Now, again, when it comes to setting your LLC, you can do this for free by yourself. And all you have to do is pay for your state filing fee. But if you've never done it before, it can be overwhelming. And honestly, I've set up multiple LLCs in my lifetime. Even when I was doing real estate and I was buying properties, I would buy them under an LLC. You can do the whole process yourself. There's only documents that you need for your business bank account is your certificate of formation, your operating agreement, and your EIN number. That's the only thing you need for your business bank account. So again, it's just getting your LLC set up correctly. If you've never done it before, go ahead and let somebody do it for you. It's not that big a deal. My personal opinion, when I got mine, I went to betterlegal.com, and that's because when they were doing it, they had a whole deal for $2.99 off, and all they paid was my state filing fee. So they did everything for free, and all I had to pay for was my New Jersey state filing fee, which was like $35 at the time. And they gave me a business bank account with Mercury. So now I have two business bank accounts. I have one with Chase, and now I have one with Mercury. It's an online fintech company. Fintech companies are just financial, technological companies online. They don't have like a business brick and mortar in the real world. All right. So that's just an idea. Check them out, betterlegal.com. And another quick tip, if you do decide to do this through betterlegal.com, go on Facebook. Just type in LLCs and you'll start seeing everybody and their mother start promoting to you, look for Better Legal, and they usually have that deal where you can get the $299. Now, if you go straight to betterlegal.com on Google, you won't see that $299 off deal plus the free business checking account where they'll deposit $100. You won't see that. You'll just see like regular Better Legal, it's $299 plus state filing fees. So, and it's a really good company. You can get in there, you set up an account, and then you'll have an account that has access to all your LLCs and all your documents and all that. So I recommend them. Again, there's a million places that you can go. This is just who I use for my stuff. All right, now step 3 is creating an aggressive side hustle. Now, what that means is you're working on a business to where you're bringing in money. And it's either going to be replacing your current 9-to-5 income, or it's going to supplement that income. Again, on $100 a day is an extra $500 to $700 a week in income. All right, I don't know about you, but that would be a hell of a great start in order to help you out monthly with the bills, and as well as being able to put money into whatever business you're working on. All right, I put on here freelancer work because I was thinking about personally doing that. I'm not going to be doing that as far as creating an account on Fiverr. That's a great way to go because it's services, it's quick. Well, again, it's not quick because anything online is going to take an amount of time and a little bit of marketing to get going. That's just the honest truth of it all. So again, I don't want to create a Fiverr account for myself. It's just an idea that I thought out there be good for a lot of people. But creating that side hustle is just a matter of, again, I'll do a whole nother video of what I'm going to be working on and different side hustles I think you can get into. And that would be good for you to just kind of like start building out what it is you really want to do online. All right, so that's going to be a part of getting you to this 6 figures a year, $10,000 a month. You're not going to do it with a job. You got to create some kind of side hustle, some kind of online business that you want to do. All right, and if you're following me, you just do what I do. Or I can help you. If you're in my private group, I can help you with whatever you've done. I've been in this field. I've been online for over 10 years. I've done many different things. I've started many different businesses. I wouldn't say fail, but I think if you don't give it the right amount of time, it's going to be a failure because you stop. All right. Anything you do in life, if you start it and then stop it, you're going to fail. All right. You didn't fail per se, but you didn't give it enough time to succeed. So it is what it is. Again, step 4 is investing and creating that monthly passive income. I put on here real estate and stocks because that's what I'm interested in. Once you start getting established and bringing in decent additional money, then you're going to want to start creating passive income that builds generational wealth. That's getting into the stocks. That's doing real estate, whether you're fixing and flipping or buying and holding. Anything that has to do with real estate is going to require, some capital. All right. And to get that capital, you're going to have to get away from the stress of your 9-to-5 and working on that. You need to be building a business. You need to bring in some money. You need to have your credit in order. Don't mess around. Anybody can buy real estate and still have bad and shitty credit, but you want to have all that stuff in place and working for you so it doesn't work against you later in life. That makes sense? I know it makes sense. So as I get to, and then one of the things I'm going to give you a tip here, don't invest in stocks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you should always invest in your Roth IRA because that's a retirement account. You should always be working for your future. But as far as investing in like ETFs and stocks and all that kind of stuff and trading, don't do any of that while you're paying off high interest loans and bills, high interest credit cards or high interest car loan. Pay all that stuff first because there's no point in paying all that high interest stuff and then investing over here because then you're just balancing out. You're not making any money with the investing because all your money is going into high interest payments, right? Get those high interest payments down and work on that. And then you'll be able to, make the money here. That stuff's got to balance out, so that's why step 1 is always working on your personal credit, looking at what you owe, all the bills that you have and kind of working and attacking that high interest stuff first. All right. If that makes sense, get that auto loan or refinance that, if you've got a high auto loan that you had to get into, like me, get that high interest payment down in order to later make the, nobody's going to pay it off. Do whatever it is you got to do, but you got to get that like 20 plus interest rate down. So when you are investing in your stocks, you're not just wasting money, because it's a waste if you're doing this over here and you haven't fixed this problem first. All right. And again, I'll do another video breaking that down a little bit more detailed. This is just an overview of what step 4 would be creating that generational wealth and that monthly income. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Those are just, again, 4 steps of the foundation of where I'm going with this channel. If you're looking to work with me more on a one-on-one level, go with legacywithsteve.com, get the software, and that software will put you into my private group. You'll get a whole lot of training on top of that, affiliate marketing training. You'll be a part of a group of wonderful people that work on this every day in all different type of like methods. So you'll be able to hook up with them as well. And again, you'll get that one-on-one training in my personal private group. All right. The only people that are in that group are the people that get the software. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Again, this is Steve here. I'm giving you guys an unfiltered look at how I'm building a six-figure company and the steps that I'm taking to do that. And I'm documenting that on this channel. So you'll be able to see, follow along, and, taking nuggets of info that work for you and that help you out in your journey. All right. So again, see you guys in the next video, and you guys have a great day. Peace.